episode 139. We're going to be wrapping up the remainder of the society quests for Realm Reborn. But before that, Komoi Moriko has a score to settle with Voiceover Lu in a game of Triple Triad. For kicking her ass at the end of last episode the entire time. Couldn't even win one game. Just needed the right deck for it. Rather than a primal deck, which he has himself, using mainly a Scion deck, helped out by Tara Branford, the strongest card that I have in my available deck or whatever. With this, it should be fairly easy to win. Just need to get one or two cards. Oh, that wasn't enough. Oops. Wait. First of all, let's get that card back. I was actually trying this out and I had no problem winning in practice. There we go. Just needed him to play one bad card. And we'll do one more match just because that wasn't such a great showing. This entire episode isn't going to be Triple Triad against this guy. Though I would like it if he actually gave me the Scion card that I'm gunning for. Alright. This'll work. You can't beat that, right? Awesome. That's the exact card I wanted, and I was only going to go on for one more match. Now that I have that, Eden Popolimo. The nice thing about the Scions is that they go well together in an Ascension deck. Looking at Oriandra and Ishtola, you can see that they kind of mirror each other. Oriandra is in 8-7 towards the upper left, and Ishtola is in 8-7 towards the upper right. Meanwhile, Ida and Popolimo are in 8-7 towards the bottom right, and Tancred, of course, if I recall correctly, would be the 8-7 towards the bottom left, but I might be wrong. I'll actually use that to replace Boulder and Coltonet. Sorry, the two of you. This second deck is mainly just if Ascension is in play. It's hard to win otherwise if you don't have an Ascension deck. This first deck actually could do better, but I'd have to play more Triple Triad against other people to get more cards to fill out the niches that I want to fill out here. I'm not going to worry about that though. Anyway, Komoi isn't here to slack off. Minfilia is a cruel taskmistress. And we still have to finish our rounds with the beast tribes. Just one more stop, and then she'll get off our back, right? The last tribe remaining is the XIV. And of course, unlike the others, they are a crafting/gathering, or rather, a crafting-only society quest line. How many quests has it been with them? We are on rank 6 with them, so I think it's been more than 6 rank up quests with them, if you include the starting one. Quite the story tale between Tataramu and the Exil of... what is this place? Ekatel 9. When we last left off, I think he had betrayed his father to continue working on this balloon. Just kind of snuck out on him. That surely won't have any dire consequences. The more I learn of it, the more I come to understand what a remarkable airship the Desolquilon truly is. To be able to work on such a vessel, why, it is an engineer's dream come true. Squawk. Day to be remembered this is, at last, at long last. Complete Desolquilon we will, rejoice, cry, soil self in excitement, caw caw caw. Is he? Is he wearing the pants for that? I'll just assume he is. Wait a second. Those aren't pants, those are his feathers. I guess they just go on the ground. I can respect it. Matter of attaching and calibrating final components it is. Then up, up, up into the sky before Nautilus fanatics arrive. Task for Komori, Cecil has. Final task to craft finishing component. Take these materials to Falgowood float, Komori must. Expect Komori's finest work, Cecil does. Well, he could do worse than Komori. Actually, Alchemist, just because of what I've been doing in the off time between episodes. Alchemist is now my highest level class. Higher than anything I have by a mile. Which is of course just a few classes here in Disciple of War. But I guess I ranked up the Alchemist quite a bit just by doing those... what are these called? Nope. The supply missions for the Maelstrom. I've mainly just been doing them to get the free seals that you get when turning these in. But they offer a heap load of experience every day for things that you can just buy from the market board, even though you're supposed to craft them. And they're pretty cheap on the market board depending on the item. The experience that you get from these, especially if you turn in the high quality stuff, makes you level up once or twice, sometimes even thrice, I think. And that's why I'm a level 80 alchemist without even crafting anything. Hello there, adventurer. Come now, I can hardly hear you. I said hello there. Ah, I see you're seeking to craft your final airship component. I recognize the materials, but I would not dream of attempting the synthesis myself. I'm certain that you will have no trouble, of course. Here are your materials back. The facility is yours. Komori, your finest work. This is basically going on an airplane. And everyone knows that airplanes are the kind of thing that you don't want to have shoddy craftsmanship on. Nope, should be under Society quests, obviously. The last one, or the second to last one? Well, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but I guess there's going to be another thing that we do after this. Right, I forgot. Gotta equip the special gloves. It's ceremonial. Your finest work. You can do finer than that. Alright, now finish it. Whichever one of these finishes it, I guess. We're done. It was easy. Komori, quickly, now quickly, have that final component we must. What even is this component? Did he specify it in the dialogue? I might not have been paying attention. If it's something that any crafter could make, an alchemist included, I can't imagine what it would be. Yes, exactly what we need, this is. Final piece of Desil Quilon. Chief Totolock, terrible news there is. Squawk? News? What news? Heard from our little bird in Nautlon we have. War balloon pilots have begun priming airstones to Zulcis. But priming airstones? That sounds ominous. Yes. Seek to harness blessings of Garuda, they do. Stones provide propulsion for balloons. Signal preparations for coming sortie, this does. Squawk. Sent details of assault to Zal has. Fly here to Recodle and destroy Dezel Qualan, the Loon Squadron will. Squawk, squawk. Thick-skulled zealots, obey goddess or face annihilation, they say. Shriveled and dead their souls are. The Ekatl 9 is a gathering of crafters, not warriors. And this camp is defenseless against attacks from the air. We're doomed, aren't we? Speak truth, little No Feathers does. Everything we have worked for, go up in smoke it will. Cease your screeching, fledgling. Need to think. Cripple this attack somehow we must. Somehow, huh? Komori. Not so final was final task. Ask one more boon of Komori, Sezel would. Dangerous mission for one true warrior among us. Stop war balloons from ever taking off, Komori must. But swiftly now, swiftly. Once they are airborne, soon float beyond our reach they will. Make haste for Notlan in snowy Korthus. Make contact with Tuzel Tulton. Know how to sabotage assault he will. Komori handles fanatics, rest of Ekatl 9. Continue with preparations for maiden flight. Huddle in nest and wait to die? We will not. Gifted artisan Komori is, but need Komori's skill in battle more, Ekatl 9 now does. Hear pitiful wails of beaten dung for brain exhale from here, Sezel would. Do they truly intend to destroy the Dezel Qualan? I just don't understand it. Please, Komori, you cannot let this happen. Okay, we'll do it. For the airship. In the future, whatever society quests you might do that involve crafting, I'm pretty sure will never involve fighting after this. But this is just what they did in A Realm Reborn. And actually, I guess it is the chance for Garuda to shine, huh? You got to show up after all. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's fighting involved, right? So far the quest is just to speak with someone, but we are going to have to actually fight someone, right? Whether this one is reinforcements promised by Ekatl? Shush. Keep voice down, you must. Wish to attract attention of these vicious air skulls, we do not. Thank your gods, the Loon Squadron has not left ground. Not yet left ground. Flotation bladders are filled and ready, but take much time. Preparation of air stones does. Charged by power of vortex array stones are. Once stones are fully primed, load them onto balloons and take off. Air skulls will. Before that happens, disable vortex array, we must. No power means no propulsion. Simple enough, yes? Tools for sabotage, Tuzel has. Corrupted crystal shards. Insert these into turrets of vortex array, and disperse elemental wind currents they will. But begin with primary turret you cannot. Disable secondary turrets first, very important. Delicate and dangerous work, disrupting flow of elemental power is. Look, Feathers One. See you this glowing device? One of 3 secondary vortex turrets it is. Try inserting shard, yes? Just kinda cram it in there. We turned it off. Good, very good. Understand how it is done now, Featherless One does, yes? Within Nautilon, 2 more of these you will find. Sabotage both remaining secondary devices, then seek out primary turret. Once main turret is down, cease feeding power to airstones, vortex array will. Then hurry back to Ekatl and witness trial flight we can. Nothing new. Okay, so I guess there isn't actually a fighting component to this. Technically, if you played this back when it first came out, you'd have to fight your way through any enemies that aggro onto you. But I guess I could have finished this up as a level 80 alchemist. Even if you're not a disciple of war or whatever, if you're level 80 or if you outclass the enemy level even as a crafter/gatherer, They won't bother you. They take a look at your crafting/gathering skill and know not to mess with you. So where's this airship that they're trying to lift into the sky? Is it that one? Some of them are already up there. Probably not the ones they're talking about, though. This quest would have made a lot more sense had been more content, I guess, if you actually had to walk around on land aggroing people. Again, this whole quest about flying in the air with an airship was not designed for you to fly around on your chocobo or your mount or whatever. Kind of ironic. I guess we only had Garuda out for symbolic stuff. Sorry, Garuda, you didn't actually get to do anything. Squawk, raw balloons of propulsions featherless one has, but sense something amiss to Zoldos. Report to Chief Totolock to Zolwell. Remain in Notlan, and keep eye on air skulls, featherless one. No better option there is. Or, no, better option there is. Completely different meaning, if you read it that way. From top of Observatorium, observe both lands of Corthus and Blackshroud at same time, featherless one can. Send small featherless one to join you to Zolwell. Welcoming of sneaky Ixol at tower they are not. Squawk. Over there. I guess we're going to the Observatorium one more time. Thought we were done with that place. I'm not going to be picking up Astrologian, the class itself, so there'd be no other reason for there to go, or for me to go here, as far as I remember. Also, the Dragoon quests are down there. There's this guy. What was his name? Alberic. Let's actually have a quick talk to him, since we met Estinian and he's related to Estinian. I am Sir Alberic Bale, Knight of Ishgard in service to the Holy See. Okay, that's all he said. Well, he's a Dragoon guy, and he's kind of the mentor to Estinian. He'd be your mentor too if you became Dragoon, so that you'd be kind of buddy-buddy, side by side with Estinian. Over here? Oh, guess it was down here. Ah, right, Tantarama. Where have you been, Gomoy? Have you not heard? I was doing the work. There was another one of those vortex turret devices hidden in a ravine in Notlan. 'Twould seem the Ixali air skulls were craftier than Tuzal gave them credit for. Let us continue to the roof and see what we can see. Okay, I guess I didn't do the work. I did some of the work, but it didn't count, because I didn't finish the work. There was only the one war balloon that managed to prime its airstone, but I'm afraid one is all that those zealots will need. Without ballistas, or even archers, the Akadal 9 can do naught to prevent their fanatic kin from dropping explosive munitions right into the camp. Well, surely the Gridanians would stop them from flying over their airspace, kind of. Ah, over there. I guess it's not exactly Gridanian airspace. It's heading south, towards the 12's wood. Blast and bother it all, I feel so helpless. Why must fate be so cruel? Squawk, bring balloon directly over Unbeliever's Stone Keep. Smash and burn their little toy, we will. Chieftain, alone up here, we are not. What's happening? Good gods, it's the Blackjack. I'd know my father's ship anywhere. Father, what madness are you planning? That boy's whims will be the death of me. Ramming speed. That's all it takes, huh? Well, I guess airships or air balloons are pretty fragile things. He did it. What did I tell you? Sturdy Skyways construction. That beastman blimp never stood a chance. Please, Chairman, you endanger yourself and the company's future boast. I believe I shall be sick. Oh, pipe down, will you? I haven't felt this alive in years. And besides, Highwind Skyways has a more than competent successor. Let us arrange a meeting with him now, shall we? But what of your appointments? The Syndicate awaits our arrival in Noldar. And following that, you have an engagement with Master Gegaruju in Costa del Sol. Cancel them. All of them. But, sir... He's using the signal lamp. Meet at XIV camp. Do not be late. Huh. He could just use a link pearl, but Father would insist on doing things the hard way. Come on, Komoy, let us be off. Well, lo and behold, someone else solves our problem for us. Just like the remainder of the society quests. We just kind of sit back and watch. I mean, I guess we did try to do something. It's always nice when people solve their own problems. Let's, wear the proper gear for this. Welcome back, Kumoi. With the Notlon Ixil grounded for the moment, we should have some breathing room to put the finishing touches on the Dezel Kolan. Squawk, the featherless one, this day belongs. From Tozol about... What is this sentence? Oh, I see. About mid-air ramming. From Tuzol, about mid-air ramming, Sizzle heard. Father. Coulson had a few words with me. I had thought myself too old for one of his lectures, but apparently I was wrong. I've heard that the Ixol are a people who lost their wings, a people whose greatest wish is to once more fly freely amongst the clouds, and that the invention of their balloons was a step towards reclaiming that which they once had. But perhaps We were the ones who truly lost the freedom of flight. Wow, it all connects. I like that. The Ixal lost their freedom to fly, but these people sacrificed their freedom to fly for monetary gain, basically. I didn't really make that connection as I was playing the quest itself, but it all makes sense. Tataramu, when I look upon your face now, I am reminded of words I've not thought of in years. Spread your wings and soar. That was the slogan coined by our company's founder, by your grandfather. Caw. Stop. Split Cecil's sides, you will. Have I said something amusing? Caw. Squawk. Spread your wings and soar, you must. Dezel Qualan's favorite thing it was. Your mentor said that. Then it was not only your technology that Highwind Skyways borrowed, but your philosophy as well. Borrowed is a generous term. Chief Totolok, I wish to apologize for the disrespect I've shown you. Without the contributions of the Ixal, my company would not be where it is today. My father Tatanora owed his success to the knowledge he learned under the tutelage of Dezel Qualan. On behalf of Highwind Skyways, I extend my fullest gratitude to you and your people. Well, surely a bit more than that, right? Maybe even like 50%? 80% of the cut? Some of the revenue. Well, maybe they have no need for the revenue. Squawk, enough. Make Cecil squirm in front of fledglings, Tatabaru will. Give thanks, too, Cecil would. Brought dream within a Coddle's Nine's grasp, Chairman Sun has. Brought a Coddle 9 within reach of Ayatlan. Tataramu, time to launch our bird into sky, yes? Yes, sir. Commencing trial flight preparations for the Dezel Qualan. All crew members begin pre-flight inspections. Can Komori be the flight attendant? In fact, I have the outfit for it. I could wear Hildebrand's Manderville coatee. That'd be the perfect flight attendant outfit. 'Tis a beautiful vessel. My boy was hiding some truly revolutionary ideas in that obsessive head of his. Like grandfather, like grandson. I believe you are owed a debt of gratitude as well, adventurer. 'Twas due in no small part to your actions that the dream of my son and his Ixali colleagues now stands to become reality. Dezel is watching even now, Cecil thinks. Arrive on Paradise's doorstep soon enough, we will. Ayatlan. Spread our wings and soar we shall. I don't know all the lore about Ayatlan, the floating sky, place, whatever, that the Ixali came from or something. But this isn't actually the last time we hear about Ayatlan. But I'll get into that later, I guess. 20 winters ago, hop into balloon and vanish into the wide blue skies, Cecil's mentor did. Ride air currents up to heights where Dezel awaits, we now can. Our main offices are in an uproar about the chairman's sudden change in schedule. To the hells with it. I would see this amazing airship fly. I feel I have lived the last decade of my life with my eyes shut. And I have you and your friends here to thank for opening them. I am honored to be able to witness the efforts of your labor come to fruition. My dear Komori, oh, the gratitude I would endlessly heap upon you. There are no words to express the joy I feel in this moment. But perhaps I am being premature. Why, the ship has yet to even leave the ground. I must focus on the task at hand, and be sure that every bolt is tightened and every knot secured. There is, in actual fact, one more request I would make of you. The absolutely final one, I promise. This is a figurehead I've been working on. I'd like you to take the rest of the materials and craft the finishing component. A batch of high-quality protective coating. We wouldn't want the Quillan's figurehead to be damaged by high winds now, would we? Here are the items you'll need. Pray present them to Cecil, and see that we have his blessings on the design. That's interesting. So, actually, first of all, the figurehead component. It's any component relating to the figurehead. But Tataramu calls it out as high-quality protective coating. That's actually something that I can imagine an alchemist crafting as part of the figurehead component. What if you were one of the other crafting classes? Does that line change? Like if you were a blacksmith or a carpenter? If you're a carpenter, I can fully imagine that you craft the component itself, like the entire figurehead. Or even a blacksmith, or a goldsmith, or whatever. Those would all make sense that you craft, like out of wood or metal, a figurehead. But maybe they change that line if you're an alchemist, or even a culinarian? Just a guess. Mischance to empty bladder, Komori has. Unless wish to miss inaugural flight test, Komori does. Well, knowing you guys, you just go on the ground here, right? So Komori will just do that, if she needs to. That isn't pants, right? Yeah, he's not even wearing a codpiece. He's just got his groin out to the world. I guess it's hidden by feathers, so that's technically what would be called chemo safe. All of the bits are hidden by fur or feathers or whatever. Squawk, figurehead component materials. Familiar design this is. When did Tataramu learn to craft traditional flying charm? Feathers of figurehead serve to remind Ixil of ancestors, and ward balloon against capricious nature of sky they do. Impressed with Tataramu's foresight, Cecil is. Have Cecil's blessings to complete figurehead, Komori does. Crafting this component is simple matter, yes? Be sure then to pour all Komori's skill into task. Finish part and return to Tataramu before final inspections are complete, Komori must. See figurehead proudly attached for test flight, Cecil would. Good, we don't actually have to go to that facility all the way over here. Komori, make it the highest quality you can. Oh, it's not done? You don't need the quality to clear the quest. Oh wait, you do need it. I see. Komori, you've brought the last part of the figurehead. Thank you, this will do perfectly. I think I'm ready. Ready to entrust my life to the Quillan, and aim for the highest skies. We are all but done with the last round of inspections. 'Twould be safest if you were to withdraw several steps. Only the gods know how this will unfold. Oh, I wanted to ride it. Well, I guess it's safer not to, on the first flight. Walk. Encoder 9, arrived at long last moment of truth as, to Ayatlan we fly. Ignite cerulean propulsion engine. Ceruleum gas, primed and ready. Caw, engine fuel pumping. Squeeze squeeze. Air pressure and temperature favorable. Favorable, rather. Engine output is steady. Instrument readings within expected parameters. Extend the wings. Open the throttle. Caw caw. Release moorings. Clear for takeoff. The Diesel Colon is away. Fly it does. Too low. Too low it flies. Something wrong there is. 'Tis a witch's shroud. Goddamn it, why now? The sudden difference in ethereal density above the crown of the trees can produce turbulent air currents, a rare phenomenon peculiar to the Black Shroud, and the bane of even the most seasoned airship pilot. Keep her steady, Totoromu. Ride the wind. Don't fight against it. Extend the wings to full trim. Release the primary and tertiary ballast. He doesn't have to call it out, right? He's the one doing it. Ugh, the ship won't turn. Come now, Diesel Colon, is this all you have? Fly, damn you! We built you better than this. That's what Komoi would do. If the machine isn't working, just yell at it. Fly. Fly. Fly, Totoromu. Fly. Spotted Diesel Colon from Nautilon vantage point, Diesel has. Indicate altitude of 5,000 yalms. Instruments do. Soar like bird it does. Soar like bird. Well, that was a lot of drama caused by a sudden tornado out of nowhere, just as a final screw you. But they made it. Oh, they're back already. I guess it's been some time. Listen to Cecil, Komoi. To have dream is not enough. Chase it you must. Stand still for Komoi, it will not. Sound like philosopher, Cecil does. Caw, caw, caw. Maybe chosen wrong profession, Cecil has. Well, I don't think philosopher gets paid anything, does it? Although they don't use money here either. Do you get paid for being a philosopher? How do you make money as a philosopher? Komoy, the test flight was a complete success. It was a shaky start, but the Desulquilon and I both returned unharmed. And we reached our target altitude of 5,000 yards. That's higher than any Eorzean airship has ever flown. A new aeronautic record. Unofficial though it may be. Despite its impressive performance, however, the Desulquilon still cannot achieve that which Sezel dreams, to climb above and beyond the clouds and arrive on the legendary shores of Ayatlan. But we'll continue to improve and tweak our prototype, and one day we will catch a glimpse of that floating paradise. There is no record that cannot be broken. By the by, Komoy, there is something I've been meaning to ask you for the longest time. I know why I am here. Whatever brought you to Arcadal 9's camp? Huh, right. Yeah, we aren't just here for Minfilia, to get her off our back, at least I'm pretending. But I guess the first time we came here was to learn the secrets of summoning Garuda from any Ixal that would be willing to teach us. And failing that, learning their culture would help us strengthen our summoning, because that's how summoning works, right? The more belief you have, and I guess the formation of the primal is based on the culture, so knowing more about the culture would, I guess, strengthen your summon Eggy or something. That was my pretend reason for Komoy doing all of this society quest stuff, and now we're just about done. One thing led to another. Your original mission was to respond to an Ixali threat? I do believe you've gone above and beyond and somewhere quite far to the left of the call of duty. I dare say the Twin Adder officer who enlisted your services is by now rather alarmed to your prolonged absence. Perhaps you should report back to Gridania and put her mind at ease. Nope, that's very much Komoy, forgetting the reason she came here and just getting sidetracked. Not that I remembered. I mean to remain in Arcadal and help Sezel and his crew expand the field of aeronautics. Pay visit if you will, and lend a helping hand. By the way, all that stuff about Ayatlan and flying above the clouds, put a pin in that, because it's in the next expansion, what's it called, Heavensward, where they introduced flying on mounts and all that, and unsurprisingly, there's a lot of flying around at the cloud level and whatnot. I won't get into that, but I guess this ties into that. Maybe they planned for this, even back when they were designing this quest in A Realm Reborn. Though there are parts of the quest that feel like they didn't plan for the flying that they would introduce in Heavensward. It's a mixed bag. Yes, Komoy? What can I do for... Oh, the attack on Etat's Spire. The captain mentioned that he'd sent you out to investigate further, but I'd completely forgotten you were still... that is to say, the Ixal appear to have abandoned their plans to assault our towers. Excellent work, adventurer. You must, however, remain alert and at the ready. The thoughts of those war balloons drifting over the city walls is one of our citizens' greatest fears. A nightmare that we must never allow to become reality. I shall likely have need of your services in the days to come, so pray keep your skills honed and your blades sharp. Did you hear the news, by the way? There was some excitement here in Gridania while you were off trampling the underbrush. The son of Highwind Skyway's chairman Tatabaru suddenly vanished into thin air. Folk were crying foul play, though no body or blood was in evidence. He has already been found. Well, perhaps now things can return to normal. Yeah, we weren't really doing this quest for you. It's our job as a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Alright, that's all, folks. That's Ixal, folks. And our title for that one is... Arcadal Blackguard. Not very exciting. And I guess I got this title for collecting a card in between episodes. deck order. I kinda like that better than any of the titles that we got from the Society quests. It's just got some personality, doesn't it? Deck order. But I'm not going to wear that. And that's it on all the Society quests. The finale quest for each individual society, that is. I am now trusted amongst all of the Disciple of War societies, and sworn with the Disciple of Crafting Ixal society. But we are not done. We started over here in Lenosia with the Ixal, or not the Ixal, the kobolds. Rotated counterclockwise towards the Sahagin. Wrapped up the quest with the... It's hard to remember these fantasy names. With the Amalja, over here in Thanalan. And then finished up with the Sils, over here. And just now, the Ixal. A perfect counterclockwise rotation, literally doing the rounds. And our rounds aren't complete until we go full circle. So let's go back to Lenosia. Let's say Komori is turning in her report on all of the ongoings of the societies she worked with here at Maelstrom Command. We did it for Minfilia, but I guess these guys are like the middlemen. They also have dealings with the Beastmen, so I'm sure they can pass along the report. That's my pretend reason for coming here, but the real reason for coming here is to accept this quest, which only became available after that last quest we did with the Ixal. But it didn't unlock because we just completed the Ixal quest, no. The Ixal, the Amalja, the Sylphs, the Sahagin, and the Kobolds. This unlocks once you complete all of the individual societal quests. We begin now the inter-societal quests. Ah, Captain Moriko, you've done the realm a great service. On behalf of all the Maelstrom, you have my gratitude. There was a time when even mentioning the notion of peace with the Beastmen would have gotten you laughed out of Limsa, but no more. Your efforts have opened avenues once thought impossible. And you couldn't have come at a better time. We've received an urgent call for aid from the Order of the Twin Adder. It would seem your services are required in Gridania. One Lieutenant Gavin will brief you on the particulars upon your arrival at the Adder's Nest. Godspeed, Captain Moriko, and may Lim Lane guide you. Then, Komori was just about to finish the rounds, literally. And now she has to go back to Gridania, which she just left. And actually, Gavin, isn't that the same person? That's the same person we just talked to. What is it that Gavin said? Oh, oops. Pressing triangle cancelled the teleportation. Here. It should be here, right? Oh no, I was talking to Scarlet, not Gavin. Okay. I was just thinking about what Scarlet said here. I shall likely have need of your services in the days to come. I thought if it was the same person we were reporting back to, that would have been very instantaneous for that to happen, but no. Gavin just stands next to Scarlet. And Scarlet does have a quest for us, but that's going to be, well, a bit of a pain to tackle immediately. Odin stuff. In other words, a very, very, very lengthy queue time in the duty roulette. But I won't get into that now. Komori, What I'd not give to hear of your adventures with the Ixal over a flagon of mead. And yet I fear that more pressing matters demand our attention today. When you are ready for your briefing, you need only say the word. We were ready for that vacation from Infilia, but I guess the job isn't done. Your zeal is most appreciated, friend. Allow me to delve straight into the matter at hand. We have received a most disturbing report from our contact in Little Solus, the esteemed scholar of Sylphic mysteries by the name of Voice. Esteemed scholar, huh? I could not make much of his missive, or not make much sense of his missive. I dare say I've seen chocobos with better quillmanship, but it would appear that recent events have struck the fear of the gods into the man. What few sentences I could decipher specifically asked us to contact the Maelstrom and send for you, Komoi. It would seem that Master Voice was quite taken with your prior efforts on his behalf. It need not be said that any threat facing our Sylph friends is potentially a threat to Gridania as well. Pray make for Little Solus and look into the matter that concerns Master Voice so. This person that passed by. What is this hat? It's so fancy. That is the coronal straw hat. I didn't know this kind of hat existed. I'll have to remember that name. Not that I think Komoi would ever wear it, but it's such a fun hat. If it's easy to get, that'd be nice. What was it called? I feel like I would forget it if I... Damn. It didn't save the actual glamour name. Well, it doesn't matter, I can just look back on the recording. I looked at the name and made a note to remember it, but I instantly forgot, as is typical with me. Voice, what the hell do you want? What's this? My copy of a brief history of the Twelveswood has been replaced by a tome detailing 240 varieties of beastkin feces. What a fun prank. Why, Komoi, whatever are you doing here? I sent for you. Now that you mention it, perhaps I did. What is the matter? What is the matter, you say? A veritable peck of podlings pilfered from Little Solus while I was taking a brief respite from my research. You must help me, friend. Why were Elder Frixio to find out that this happened under my watch? This one would be entirely unsurprised. This one is heartened by Brave One's presence. If there is one thing that can be said for Bumbling One, it is that Bumbling One has strong and trustworthy friends. This one fears it is exactly as Bumbling One says. Little ones that these ones had raised with care. Little ones soon to sprout to life, gone. Every last one. As you well know, friend, podlings are young sylphs in their pre-birth state. Why, this is no mere act of theft, but sylph-napping on an unprecedented scale. Little ones are the future. Without little ones, there will be no one to carry on these ones' vision of peace. The touched ones are behind this, no doubt. Having failed to capture the chosen one, they would now rear an entire generation of hate-filled, treacherous sylphs. We must stop them. And by we, I mean brave Komoi here. You will venture into the Sylphlands and rescue the little ones from the hands of their would-be kidnappers, yes? Yes, you must. Well, not without my trusty steed, Voko. What, is Voko not coming along? Okay. Komoi, you must hurry to the Sylphlands and catch the touched ones in their vile act. Not for me, my friend. For the little ones. Okay. I guess we'll take our actual trusty steed, Short Stack. Much more trusty than Velko ever was, who we never actually got to ride on. What do you see with your eyes, Komori? I certainly don't see anything of note myself. It's just a gate. She looks, but does she see? No, she does not. Otherwise, she would be looking where she is looking. Or she would not be looking where she is looking. That which you seek will not be found here, for this is not the idle mischief of malevolent selves. Oh no, this is but the prelude to a dark and dastardly plot that threatens to shake Eorzea to its very core. My name? You could call me Sylvie. But you will have no occasion to do so, for I shall pursue our kidnapper, and you shall return and see to your own concerns. That is, if you know what's good for you. Farewell, friend. Our paths will not cross again. I must hurry. Yes, hurry to La Nocia, before tragedy strikes again. Alright, Komori trusts the word of a stranger. I maybe could have started these quests in the next episode or something, but it seemed like I had more than enough time to at least start these out. Hopefully it doesn't cut up weird, like I could have finished all of the intersocietal quests in one episode, and should have done it in one episode, but I think this will probably take more than an hour, so we'll see. Ah, there you are, friend. I trust that you gave those nasty sylphs their due, and returned the little ones to safety? What's that you say? It was not the touched ones that did the deed, and 'twas a mysterious green-haired maiden that shared this knowledge with you? Whoever could be behind this unconscionable crime? Perhaps the answer lies in one of my tomes. On the medicinal properties of Kapu feces. Oh, this won't do. This won't do at all. Oh, woe is me. Voice, you're useless. It would appear that there is more to the disappearance of the podlings than I originally suspected. But where to turn next? Allow me to apply the scientific method to analyze the situation. The girl Sylvie said that the touched ones were not responsible for the crime. As the sylphs of Little Solace would have no reason to kidnap their own, we can safely deduce that the perpetrator is not a sylph at all. Do you follow me thus far? You also say that the girl mentioned La Nocia, and that she must travel there before tragedy strikes again? Good gods, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Pirates. Yes, pirates have stolen the podlings to sell on the black markets. Those scurvy thieving scoundrels. Fortunately for us all, I just so happen to have an acquaintance in the area. A colleague, I should say. He is a naturalist specializing in marine life. He goes by the name of Guston, primarily I suspect, because that is his actual name. You'll likely find him at the Drowning Winch. He often said his ideas flow most readily after a pint of Batteran's Best. You simply rescue the little ones from the clutches of those dastardly pirates. Seek out my colleague Guston in the Drowning Winch. He knows La Nocia almost as well as I know the Twelves would. Oh, that is so comforting. There we go. Pirates is as good a guess as any. It's not like Komori has any better idea. How could she? Get out of the rain. Well, we just left Limsa, and now we're back. It seems like Komori's being led on a wild goose chase, and it's probably going to continue across, well, all across Eorzea. Before we go chasing gooses any further, now would be a good time to take a break.